So back inside our page here, well, let's fix this now. I figured what's the mistake. And I also want to hide this search if we are on this movie preview page. So let's start working on those two things. So back here, well, the mistake was we forget to add an ID here, and this will be movie rating, which now immediately fixes this issue. And well, since we are doing this movie rating, well, we have this get rating method in two of our components. We have it here and we have it inside our movie component here. So since we have the exact same functionality inside two components, let's actually take this out into a single function that we can use in both components. And Vue offers us a very simple way, it's very elegant, how we can create a flexible way how to distribute functionalities across our components. And they are called mixins. So let's create another folder here, and let's call this mixins. And let's create a mixin get rating color.js. And then here we just have to create a simple object rating mixin. And let's also export this object rating mixin. So inside mixins, we can define anything that we can also define in our components. And then we will use this mixin inside our component, and it will be mixed in our component. So if you wonder whether we will override methods inside or data inside our components, well, we will not. Data inside our components will actually take precedence over the data that is coming from the mixin, and it will only be added if it doesn't already exist inside our component. So we can take this, remove it from here, and copy it inside here. But we also have to, well, let's actually copy everything. So methods, paste it here, let's save, and we have to import this mixin. So import rating, how it's called? It's called rating mixin from, and then here let's navigate to mixins, to this get rating color. So then the only thing that we have to do is we have to register mixins here and just tell this component to use this rating mixin. So let's save and let's check whether we have the same thing going on. Well, it works. Yeah, that's cool. So once again, we can define any property inside mixin that we can also define in our component, and then we can share this code across multiple components. So let's also go inside our movie component. Let's remove this function here, and let's import this mixin. Import rating mixin from mixins, and then get rating color, and then we have to register mixins here, rating mixin. Let's save and let's check whether it also works here. Well, we do have to actually go, and yeah, it does work. So the next thing that we are going to do is when I click on this movie here, I want to lead us to this home page. So because now we can't really go back there, we have to press it here. So let's do that right now. Inside our navbar, we can add a event listener here. So add click, and this will only be a simple code. We don't have to actually create a new method for this. You can if you want. So here I just want to call router.push and pass in /URL here. So let's go here, let's refresh, and if we click on the movie, well, we are redirected to, or pushed actually, to our home page. So next, let's hide this find movie here. So inside also navbar, well, here I want to add a vif, and that is another directive that I will introduce you to right now. So vif will only conditionally render some elements, and here we can just pass a something that can return a boolean. So for example, if route, the route that we are currently on, dot path is equal to slash. So I only want to render this div when we are on this slash route. So let's refresh. Well, here it works. And if we go to our movie, well, this is hidden now.